and we'll go back to the consultants or consulting firms themselves that are predatory, that has created a large division in trust. And in fact, I think that there's a battleground of territorial stuff going on with the consulting world, especially here in, Tarrant and Dallas.
I don't think that most voters understand how much of the political division within, I'll just say the Republican Party that we have in Texas, that is not, it's not actually driven by ideological differences.
No.
It is almost entirely driven by warring consultant groups.
And it's not, I wouldn't say it's just consulting groups. That is what I'm seeing more of an uptick now, because we saw after last cycle with the two big races at the state level. We won't name any names for the firms,
Yeah.
but we did see where, I mean, it was toe to toe, and they have typically had the monopoly on the state. So it then led into now there's territory that's open, I guess you could say. A lot more of these, even one man shops and stuff coming in and taking over some turf. But I think last cycle really showed, I think it was multiple levels that we saw it was an endorsement war.
Mm-hmm.
You had some people at the top of the state always opposite. There may be a few races that they both endorsed on, but it was an endorsement war. And then you had the donor war. So you have some big money in another part of Texas, and then you have a certain donor that is known for, we'll say, poker chips, which that became a war too. And then you have the grassroots versus volunteer side of it. So you have the people who have traditionally been involved in the Republican clubs, who are longstanding and who are your tried and true. And then all of a sudden you had this grassroots, what they consider themselves, but really what it is just we were given a message, and whoever screams the loudest wins.